I think churches have the opportunity to be a really interesting incubator for justice movements, nonprofit work, et cetera. So as I was pondering this, but people were emailing me from my church and saying, hey, have you looked at the homicide rates? I mean, COVID was really bad for homicide. I don't know if you know this, but homicide rates went up during COVID for a variety of reasons. And in Columbus, they went up, I think, past 200 or close to 200 homicides in a year, which I don't know if it had ever been that high. And so people were talking about it. People in my church were emailing me about it. And then I get an email across my desk from the city. I was on the city list because of our infant mortality work. And they said, hey, we're bringing in this evidence-based violence reduction model. And I said, oh, okay, I want to learn more. It's called Group Violence Intervention. It's like a dozen major cities, and it's evidence-based out of the National Network for Safe Communities. I'm going to oversimplify the model, but this is the layperson's interpretation of the model. Traditional policing says, we know who's most likely to commit a crime, so we'll watch and wait for them to commit a crime and then arrest them. This model says, hey, if we know who's most likely to commit a crime, what if we went and talked to them and offered to help? And that's what this model does. So the
Imagine that.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty simple. So the police identify people who are most likely to commit group and gang violence. And then they say, are you willing to talk to this other organization? So the police they're the ones who identify them or whatever and say, hey, here's why you're on our radar. We know your gang associations, blah, blah, blah. We have an organization that'll help you. Do you want to talk to them? And most of the time they say yes. And then the organization says, hey, if you're willing to stay alive, safe, out of prison, not engage in gang and group violence, we'll help